Hello there Virgo, welcome to 5th House Divination. My name's Kirsty and today we are going to do a special Mercury Retrograde reading for you, which will be valid for the 31st of January through to the 22nd of February, which is the time that Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius, 2021. So Virgo, Mercury retrograde times are periods that give us the opportunity to renew, reinvest, reinvent. It's a period of time where we get the opportunity to go back over sort of opportunities, situations from the past. We may get situations or people coming back into our lives for us to address things that we'd previously thought we had dealt with. So this can happen obviously depending where Aquarius is in your chart. So for Virgo this is 8th house. So 8th house talks about joint resources, other people's resources. It can be matters of the occult. It's basically the 8th house is sex, death and taxes. So if you are some kind of occult practitioner, or if you're an energy or a light worker, then the 8th house can represent those things in your chart. For the rest of us, it's joint resources. It also tackles things such as intimacy and real kind of profound connections with people or things, basically with others. So obviously you are more than just the Virgo in your chart. So for Virgo this is an 8th house placement, but obviously take what resonates. It may be that one of the other signs will give you a better idea of what is going on for you. So as I say, this is a general reading. I am going to be doing a specific love reading for all of the signs. This is about if a particular person or connection is going to be coming back into us, and they'll be going up around about Valentine's Day. So let's get started. Just move this out of the way. So the challenge that could be coming your way during Mercury retrograde period is the Fool. Very nice, brand new start, leap of faith, start of a new cycle. Your reaction to this, or the action that you want to take, is 9 of Swords. So that talks about anxiety. This is the kind of energy that keeps us awake at night. And the advice from the tarot is the 10 of Swords. Be done with that. Okay. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo Sun and a Virgo Venus. So am I allowed to laugh when we get the 9 of Swords? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah. I'm an Aries moon, so that probably helps offset some of this. But yeah, okay, so let's get, so underneath the Fool we've got the 3 of Swords. Okay. 9 of Swords is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords is clarified by the Lovers. Okay. So the underlying energy, so what's pushing this, or why this is coming in, is the Page of Wands. And the underlying energy for that is the 5 of Swords. Okay, I'll get some clarifiers for these. Let me just push these up so you can see them properly. Okay, that's better. Right. So, could probably do with another clarifier then for this Fool. So we've got the Hierophant. Talks about faith, spiritual authority, teaching. And then the other energy is the Lovers. The Lovers and Judgment have been coming up a lot in these readings. I'm going to take that one. 4 of Wands. Right, okay. If you've got Leo in your chart, I've just done the Leo reading and we had the Lovers and the Four of Wands came up together, but it was here. So if you've got a lot of Leo in your chart, it's probably worth checking that out as well. Okay. Okay, so the challenge for you then during this Mercury retrograde is we've got the Fool card, which talks about a fresh new start. This is the start of a brand new cycle. But the Fool, he sort of goes forward, he's going into something that he has not a lot of knowledge of. This is a brand new cycle, a brand new journey that he's embarking on. He's probably not taking an awful lot with him. He's got his brush and that's it, his little dog. And this, you know, this talks about a new beginning, and it is very much a lot of the time it is a leap of faith, because you're kind of heading off into the unknown. It's a whole new journey. It could be quite exciting, but this is something new for you. And I think where the challenging aspect is coming in is that underlying that we've got the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords talks about disappointment, pain, heartache. So I think looking at the other cards around this, I think this is you kind of moving away or trying to get over or going into a new cycle, but there's maybe the memory of some kind of pain from the past that's stopping this. So if this isn't, for some of you, this will be moving away from a pain. For others of you, this will be a kind of a disappointment or pain from the past that sort of, you know, this is the kind of stuff that knocks your confidence. Because the clarifier for the Fool is the Faith card, it's the Hierophant card. And this is talking about, this is magnifying the faith in the leap of faith here, I think. This is talking about a new beginning, possibly in sort of spirituality. This is 8th house energy after all. So this could be talking about a new journey, a new spiritual path, something new that's calling to you. But there's some kind of pain or disappointment here that I think that is the challenging aspect. I think that's what's challenging the ability to have the faith. You know, we are a product of a lot of us are a product of our past, aren't we? So, because what is bringing in for you, your reaction to this, new start, new beginning, this leap of faith about, or from this anxiety, this sort of pain in the past, what is bringing in your reaction to this is 9 of Swords, which is anxiety. This is us kind of being kept awake at night. Now, the good news about this 9 of Swords is that this is the Swords is the mind, the suit of the mind. So this is our perception of the situation. And 9 times out of 10, the 9 of Swords, our brain can think up things that are so much worse than the reality. So this 9 of Swords is generally, it's just our perception, it's our own anxieties, it's our own fears, it's the little voices that of pain that has been inflicted upon us, or the disappointments that we've suffered in the past that build into this 9 of Swords. So a lot of the time they're not based on the reality of the situation. And looking at this, the Page of Pentacles, so I think the source of the anxiety is the pages are a young, undeveloped energy of the suit that they are. So the Pentacles talks about our resources, the Pentacles talks about practical, tangible things. So the pages are learning to use the suit. So the Page of Pentacles can be a student. This could be somebody who is studying. So there could be some anxiety about a student This could also be just a younger person. So there could be some anxiety about this as a person. But I think how it's coming through, I think for me on this is, you know, possibly feeling that you haven't prepared enough. This feels to me like being offered an opportunity, being asked to take a leap of faith, but feeling that you're not prepared. You know, that you haven't. I mean, you know, Virgos, we like to analyze everything. We like to make sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row. We like the sort of the practical side of things. You know, we like to understand and analyze and sort the wheat from the chaff. So I think, you know, going ahead, taking a leap of faith can sometimes, if we don't feel prepared for something, I think that's it. It's the preparedness. If as a Virgo Sun Venus, if I don't feel prepared for something, if I'm being asked to do something before I feel ready for it, before I feel as if I'm prepared for it, then it sends me into all kinds of Nine of Swords. You know, it really freaks me out and takes me out of my comfort zone. So this is what I'm seeing here. I think you're being asked to do something, or you've been offered an opportunity, I think, before you feel ready. But this feeling of being unprepared is the anxiety caused by this past pain. I mean, this is tough energy. These are the you know, swords maim, swords really, you know, are really sort of painful lessons, losses, disappointments. So this Three of Swords isn't the kind of thing that you get over in 2 minutes. And I think it's, you know, when we're wounded like this, you know, it can take us a little while to, you know, kind of get over that and understand it. And I think yeah. So I think this is just talking about our own fears and insecurities that have come from previous disappointments and wounding, is making us feel or be anxious that we're not prepared enough to, you know, to take this leap of faith. So the advice from tarot is basically an encouragement. It's saying, so the advice from tarot is the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is an ending. The Ten of Swords is, and it can be a betrayal, but I think looking at, you know, in this sort of situation, I think this is talking about, I mean, tarot would never tell you to betray somebody. So I think this is talking about, you know, enough. The Ten of Swords is when something is done and dead and finished and it's not coming back. And I think tarot is saying, you know, enough already. You've done enough. You are enough. You need to finish out this cycle, you know, stop, move past this anxiety, move past this Nine of Swords, move past this feeling that you're not enough. Just be done with it, basically. Be done and move on. It's time to move on, my Virgos. It's time to move on into this. It's time to take this leap of faith. And the encouragement that we're being given with this is that we've got, it's the Lovers. This talks about bringing together the yin and yang energy. It talks about divine counterparts, but it's a choice, it's a crossroad, it is a decision. We can come into union with something that will complete us. So this is divine masculine and feminine energy. So this can be parts of ourselves, our own way. Divine masculine is, you know, how we act, how we take action. The feminine is how we receive and how we react to things. So this can be us combining this within ourselves, but then once we've done that, we find this then plays out externally. So we may find that we have a divine counterpart come to us, and as this is the 8th house, I think this is talking about real kind of deep connection. I don't know what type of connection this is, what it is that you're sort of looking to merge and meld with. Excuse me. But what the tarot is saying is that this is something you know, that would be a really good fit for you. And we've got the Four of Wands as a clarifier for this. So this is talking about this becoming a new energetic foundation. This is a stabilizing energy. So I think this is a really lovely connection. If this is a connection that you're coming into, then this is this is the home and hearth card. So this will talk about this connection being something that will form a long-term foundation for you. Or if this is a choice, then what tarot is encouraging you to be done with this, because this choice, this crossroad that you're at, is something that is going to lead you to this grounded home and hearth energy. The Four of Wands is the kind of, I see this as the sort of the home card, and in astrology the fourth house, the home card, is where it's our base of operations, where we expand from, where we go out into the world. So having a happy, stable home and hearth, you know, helps us to succeed out in the world. And I think what tarot is saying is that, you know, this leap of faith, this thing that you're being encouraged to go towards, this thing that this new attraction that you have, it's going to give you anxiety, but you need to kind of push past that, push through that, because this is ultimately something that will be really good for you, a connection that will give you a really solid grounding and a really solid base to move forward within the future. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. If this is for you, if this resonates, I hope you got something from that. Good luck with this. It looks a little bit tricky, but I think ultimately, as with all Mercury retrograde cycles, we are looking at things from a different perspective and a different angle. And I think whatever happens during this cycle is basically, it's designed to push you through and push you past some anxiety about your own performance, some anxiety about your own readiness. And if we're talking about 8th house energy, this is, you know, merging and blending and connecting deeply with something other than yourself. Or this could be, say, if this is 8th house esoteric, this is, you know, kind of really kind of connecting in with spirit, really connecting in with your healing abilities. Or this could be kind of really connecting and blending resources with another person, entity, organisation. So, I mean, it's scary. 8th house is, you know, merging and blending. If we don't feel prepared for it, it can cause us real anxiety, and that's what we're sort of seeing here in these cards. But ultimately, what tarot is saying is, you know, push through, because the reward at the end of it is something that is beautiful, something that you're destined for, and something that is going to give you a really good foundation for the future. So yes, I'm going to leave that there. So it's beautiful, it's painful, but it's lovely. So we've got there will be some love readings coming up around about Valentine's Day, and also, as always, there are general and love readings on the channel for you every month. Something love and a general reading go up, and I'll hope to speak to you again soon. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.